I humbly welcome you all and say a wonderful good morning to you all to this year's commemoration of the African Child's Day.
The AU theme for this year's commemoration, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development for Children in Africa, accelerating protection, empowerment, and equal opportunities. However, our national theme, which is also in line with the AU theme, is the role of children in peace building, which is quite apt with our present country dispensation.
Empowerment is about helping children to have their own say, to know when to say yes as in yes and no as in no, and of course stick firmly to it. When children are empowered, they get the courage to speak up about their concern about feeling unsafe or make a complaint, if only they are empowered, if only they feel their views are respected and welcomed, of course.
When we talk of the Day of the African Child, we are talking of remembering the victims of the Soweto massacre. But of course, it must not just be to remember, but it should serve as a day to reflect. Reflect on our own plight. Our plight as young people in our homes, in our communities, and in our country. To look at where we have been before, where we are now, and where do we really want to go.
We must collectively address the violence children face, nurture the culture of peace, and dare to act in the best interest of children in the Gambia. We must address all forms of violence and also address other violence that negatively impact on children's growth and development, such as female genital mutilation and child marriage.
Children should be protected from violence of every shade and shape, thereby enabling them to radiate in everything, everywhere. Remember, they are the future leaders. Empowering children implies the recognition that anyone can make a difference in his or her life and other people's lives also.
I will take a perfect example of myself because I've attended a mentorship program by Safe Hands for Girls on how I can safeguard myself as a girl on issues that are affecting us. Issues like harmful traditional practices, that is FGM, child marriage, and also other forms of gender-based violence.
All the gender-based violences that are happening are done by human beings. They are done by our parents. They are done by our colleagues. They are done by older people, or even those at our age. But if at this age we agree, we convince ourselves that we have stand for a change, that we are committed that it will not happen to our families, that none of our daughters will be caught, that our children will be assured education, quality education, that if we have employment in future, we will live up to expectation, to be hardworking. I can tell you that we can definitely commit ourselves that in a generation to come, most of these issues we are talking about will not happen.
But for us as African children, what we need to understand is without education, we cannot get that protection that we are looking for. Without education, we cannot get that empowerment and equal opportunity we are looking for.
That we see a lot of children facing different maltreatments in society. Some are forced to go to marriage, some are maltreatment, that is child abuse, child labor, and others are being deprived from going to school. I will say they are being treated this way just because their parents or those people who make them to feel that way are not educated.
Personally, I'm able to sit in front of you with all the obstacles that I've had in my life is because of education. And regardless of the circumstances that you have, I think we're responsible for our Africa, and the only way we're able to change Africa is through education. So with all of you, it's very, very important for us to take our education seriously.
They say Africa is a land of peace, a land of brotherhood, a land of beautiful cultures. In short, a wonderful land, a great land. But I say, for a great land to remain great, it should largely focus on its children. Therefore, children need to be protected.
But children are the future leaders. Though they are the children of today, but of course the power of tomorrow. So they need to be empowered, they need to be given equal opportunities, and they need to be protected so that our nations can be developed. Because they are the ones to grow up and develop our nations tomorrow. Therefore, I'll conclude by saying, I can make a change, you can make a change, together we all can make a change. Thank you very much. We are the children of Africa, making the best use of us. Yes, I am an African.
Together we stand, divided we fall.
We are true African children. It is said, once in a lifetime, it means there's no second chance. So I believe that you and me should grab it while we can. As the saying of my mother, life without happiness.